guys, welcome back to another video. Today's episode, we are about to hit you with one of the cleanest OEM Plus flexes that you can ever do to your 2500 or 3500 2015 to 2019 Sierra 2500 or 3500 HD. I'm really excited about this mod right here, boys. We got a lot to cover today. Now guys, if you missed the last upload where we installed the Stealth 67 on the L5P Duramax, I encourage that you check it out. And we also talked about the Cove Commuter Split. So if you guys want to grab one of these things and get 67% off, I'm gonna relink the discount code in the description. Don't miss out on one of these things. We've been using it to work on this truck and it's been awesome. All right, guys, now before we get into this really exciting video, I've been looking forward to doing this for a while. You're gonna wanna stay tuned because these lights right here are going to totally transform what is already an extremely clean L5P. We'll get into that here in a second, but I also wanted to let you know, which is absolutely crazy, is the fact that time is just flying by. It seems like I blink my eyes and we're already halfway through Dream Diesel giveaway number 16. So if you, sitting right wherever you are right now, want a real chance to win a fully loaded 2019 Delmonico Red Limited Cummins with a 12-inch display, 2414 American Force wheels, Toyo tires, and a whole gamut of other mods, including some of the cleanest paint match that I've ever seen, click the link below and grab some entries. We're already halfway through this giveaway, guys, and it's gonna be over before you know it. All right, so look what we've got here. To anybody that's been in the automotive game for a little while, you might notice these tags. These right here, ladies and gentlemen, are OEM GM headlights and taillights that we're going to be eventually retrofitting onto our 2018 L5P Duramax. We picked this thing up not all that long ago, pretty much in the condition that you see it, except for two major changes that we made thus far before these ones right here. We put the new Nitto 420Vs on, which really fit this truck exceptionally well. In the last upload, as I had mentioned, I'll link it right above if you want to go check that video out. We installed a Stealth 67 at the heart of this beast. That was a very exciting video because it is pretty much one of the first Stealth 67s from Duramax Tuner that's been released to the market. We were fortunate enough to get one, have some fun with it. We've since been driving the truck a lot, and it's been pretty rad. Jake, what do you think of that turbo, dude?
I think I'm just going to permanently start riding around in the bed of the truck so I can just stick my head out and just listen to the noises that it makes, because it is absolutely eargasmic.
It's eargasmic, to say the least. That turbo is actually what defines eargasm, if you were curious.
Look in the Webster's dictionary. It's literally just a picture of that Stealth 67. So.
And Jake's face.
And Jake's face.
So to continue the evolution with putting our touches on this truck, we've got these headlights and taillights right here. Let's break into these boxes. We'll show you guys what we got. Da-da-da, boys, this is what I'm talking about. Easily the hardest flex that you can do for an OEM Plus mod to this body style and generation K2XX Duramax, either LML or L5P, and I'm so excited about this. We've done similar headlights like this on a previous build, specifically Dream Diesel giveaway number 9, which was the black Denali, set up kind of similarly except on 22 concave wheels that were 14 inches wide. We did the headlights and they turned out so good. So when I found this truck, I knew immediately that it absolutely had to happen without a question of a doubt. So we've got not only these headlights that we're going to be retrofitting onto this build. For the new subscribers, I'm going to elaborate on that here in a little bit, but we've also got the C-style tail lights. These things are absolutely gorgeous. And it's a really exciting mod because these headlights and taillights were only offered for 3 years on 2016, 17, and 18 Sierra 1500s that were either SLTs, all-terrains, or Denalis. They did not come on the lower trim trucks. So one of my absolute favorite things is obviously modifying vehicles, trucks, cars, even skid steers, equipment, whatever the case might be, but specifically to dig even deeper into modifying trucks, I love trying to figure out the little OEM Plus things that you can do from generation to generation or body style to body style or model to model, and this is probably one of my all-time favorites. So what you're actually able to do is retrofit these directly into the back of the truck. They fit and bolt up exactly the same. Same thing with the headlights, it's just that there's one major element to actually make this work. You can't actually plug these things into the back of the truck because the harness is different, not only on the taillight, but also on the headlights. You can bolt them in, but you can't plug them in, which would kind of defeat the purpose. But then there are companies like Gen 5 DIY, and they offer these super slick, pre-built harnesses that have inline relays that allow you to convert from your 1500 truck to your 2500 truck on the taillight side. And then same thing for the headlights. So Jake's holding on to the tail light ones right now that we picked up from Gen 5 DIY. There's a little plug for you guys right there that might be interested in doing something like this. These are the conversion harnesses that will allow these taillights to work with the wiring that's on this specific truck. And they offer this nice little nifty, simple plug-and-play setup that allows you to do so. And then we've got the same thing here, again, from Gen 5 DIY. They sell these harnesses on their website, prefabricated for the headlights. So you've got your headlight side here that connects to the 1500 headlight, and then the 2500 and 3500 headlight harness plugs right in there, and you're ready to rock and roll. It's really, really slick. All right, guys, so we're about to take these headlights and put them in place of the factory headlights that are on our 2500 right now. Jake, you want to demonstrate how these things work for these guys? Now, these things are sick. They're already paint matched. They've got a black and red contrast, a clear lens on the side, and then they've got built switchbacks that both illuminate on the top and the bottom. From the factory, these light up bright during the day, and then at night, both of them light up bright, but when you hit the turn signal, usually they'll turn off. And on this truck, they're a switchback. They look really good. I can't even lie. But we found one major problem with them. Pop the hood, my good sir. We noticed while we were installing the Stealth 67 that right here, one of the headlight mounting tabs is actually broken. And it looks like it was glued together. I wouldn't really question its structural integrity. It does look broken, but this does seem like a decent cement bond. But honestly, guys, when I saw that, it just confirmed even further that we had to do that mod right there. These headlights look really good, though. I'm not discounting them by any means. And honestly, if they weren't broken, I probably would have considered leaving them alone. It's just that that headlight compared to this headlight, although these look really good, in my opinion, just can't compete. Again, big brownie points in my personal opinion, seeing these kind of OEM plus retrofits from model to model actually taking place, because it really just takes the build to that much of a higher level. And guys, this mod right here is not cheap by any means. We're looking at, just about $2,000 in headlights and just about $2,000 in taillights, all things considered. So looking at a $5,000 modification sitting right here just in those 4 lights, which is kind of crazy. What? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Also, guys, disconnect your batteries when you're doing performance mods installs. I got a little ahead of myself. Yeah. Some fireworks occurred unexpectedly.
You even went through it. You're like, yeah, let's look. Nah, we'll be good. 5 minutes later.
Let's go disconnect those batteries real quick. All right, guys, so we're gonna get to work installing these things. I am so freaking excited. Now, hang around to the end of the video. We have a massive surprise we're gonna drop on you guys at the end. Stay tuned, my friends. You're not gonna wanna miss this news. All right, guys, the transformation is complete. Just how much of an improvement these 1500 style LED headlight and taillights can truly make to the 2500 HD platform. This is technically known as the K2XX platform. The only reason that I know that technically is because I used to work for General Motors, and while we were there, we were actually in the process of manufacturing and engineering service parts for this body style. It was the first body style Duramax that I had owned, so of course I dug as deep into the specifics of the behind the scenes manufacturing of this body style. Probably part of the reason that I honestly love it so much. But anyway, guys, yes, check out these taillights and just how much of a difference they make with the back end. The taillights that were on this thing really aren't all that special. That gives you a good side-by-side comparison. It's a completely different style. You can see these are actually already somewhat tinted, whereas these are very bright red. These are incandescent bulbs, just your typical screw-in light bulb. Here for the brake light, tail light, turn signals, and reverse light, whereas these are a full LED strip diode with your turn signal here in the center. You can see this light is very different in terms of its styling. These have a black border, so do these, but then when you come on the inside, it's actually somewhat tinted, giving it a very nice style.
It's also clear on the lens as opposed to tinted red. That's a huge...
Exactly what that man said right there, which is massive. You guys are gonna wanna stay tuned as to why. But here, standing back real quick, you can see it totally transforms the rear. And what's kind of cool is they realized at GM that this was the best looking taillight, so they actually adopted it and then integrated into what is the 2020 Sierras. You'll notice that kind of C-shape deal going on with every single one of their makes and models across their entire lineup. Small little thing if you hadn't caught on to that. And then here on the front end, same thing. So big old aesthetic improvement in my personal opinion. Now we've got the big C-style headlight on this truck and it looks oh so sick. Anytime I see any K2XX body style with these headlights and taillights, like I said, I just get excited because I know the owner of that truck knows what they're doing, knows what they're talking about, and appreciates a very OEM plus clean look. These things in and of themselves are just like works of art. I appreciate them so much. They've got chrome on the inside with GMC pressed in. They're black around that, and then they've got, of course, their big C-shaped daytime running light and OEM factory projector LED combination, which is so sick. And it just transforms the front of the truck tremendously over that of factory. We actually happen to have a factory headlight over here, so that happens to work out really well. These are off of Dream Diesel giveaway number 9, and you can see just in and of itself, massive change. They kind of adopted that same chrome on the inside, but they really revolutionized it in so many different ways. This is a huge improvement over that. Plus you can see there's a massive amber lens on the side of this light, whereas there's a very minimal small amber lens on the side of this one.
They literally took all of the 1500 series lighting and just put it on the 2020 HD.
Essentially.
The headlights, they have this.
And they left this body style completely out in the blue. We're like, yes!
Finally, a sweet body style.
Usually what happens is General Motors will debut their new model year changes in the 1500 lineup generally about a year before they do the HDs. So when the 1500s came out, I think all the guys in the enthusiast community were hyped because we're like, hell yeah, brother. 17 is going to be the year. We're anticipating a powertrain upgrade, but it's also going to be an aesthetic upgrade. They did the powertrain thing.
Yeah, they left the aesthetics as is.
Thanks, GM.
Oh, you want it to look sweet? Nah.
Just kidding. It could, but
we'll
no.
give you a new
sorry.
engine. That's about it.
And we're going to mark up the prices on these headlights tremendously. So if you want your truck to look like it, you can make your truck look like it, but it's going to cost you, pal. It's going to cost. So I think we're good, guys. I'm really happy with how these things turned out. Although these lights are color matched, you know, I really thought that just putting these lights in would be enough of an upgrade, discounting the color match. Although these are sick, it's kind of just like one of those things where I think it worked out regardless because we got headlights, taillights, and we're ready to rock and roll. What do you guys think? Do you agree or do you disagree? Did you like the paint match stock style headlights more, or do you just like the OEM cleanly improved look of the 1500 style headlights on the truck?
I don't know, man. I love the paint match, but these OEM stock ones just look so much better. So much better.
Yeah, dude, I totally agree, without a question of a doubt.
That was definitely a good move.
Yeah, I just think it's really good to just take something and just leave it the way it is.
Absolutely.
I think more people relate to it.
Yeah. It's definitely better than what we did there.
Yeah, definitely. Should we cut them open?
Yeah, let's cut them open.
All right, let's do it. Yes, guys, we are not leaving these things as stock. Absolutely no question in my mind. We wanted to put these in so you guys could see what they look like factory. Without a question of a doubt, they're not staying factory. If anything, they're getting cut open because we're gonna make them look just that much better. Come on, guys, you know better than that by now. Homies, I'm not even gonna lie. I love the fact, and I take a lot of pride in that we do our own lights here in shop. It's taken a lot of courage to cut into very expensive lights, and every single set is a little bit different, and it's almost like the manufacturers set these things up just to make the aftermarket guys have a little bit more stress on their shoulders, and yes, take their lives from time to time, yes, yes, I think that is a very accurate statement, yes. We got one headlight cut open. We're out of time. We've got both tail lights cut open, and this is what we're looking at here, guys. Boom. There's the inside of a taillight. If you're ever curious about seeing a taillight from the other side out.
It's just seeing a taillight from the other side out.
I mean, I guess you could do that if you want to, but that's not the cool way to do it, dog.
I don't know, I feel pretty cool.
So yes, we are going to customize these, and I'm not going to tell you exactly what we're doing to it yet, but trust the process, my friends. Have faith. You'll like the improved state of these taillights, and we are going to be customizing these as well. We still got to open up the other headlight, but like I said, we're kind of running a little bit out of time. I cannot wait to show you guys the direction that we're going with these things, and believe me when I tell you, it is going to take what is already a very nice truck and make it even better. Plus, we have a little surprise on top of the paint that I'm not going to reveal yet. You're gonna have to wait until the finished product. So if you haven't yet, Jake, what should they do?
Subscribe and tap that like.
Subscribe and hit that like button while you guys are at it. It really helps the channel. Jake and I both greatly appreciate all of the new viewers to the channel, all of the OGs that are out there that have been around for a while. We freaking love you guys, and we are so grateful to have every single one of you. Smashing that thumbs up button not only helps us to see that you guys are enjoying the content, but it also helps to show YouTube that more people need to see this stuff and get on board with the high quality builds that we got going on in these parts.
Get it? Parts, high quality builds, huh?
This guy man knows. All right, guys, so we're going to get the shop cleaned up here and head on out for the night. I appreciate y'all, as always, sticking around. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Grab some entries for Delmonico. Seriously, consider the fact that your name, whatever your name is, will look very good on a title that you'll have in your possession that I encourage that you put in a safe spot so you don't lose it, because it's essentially the assignment of an asset to your name and $15,000 in your pocket. Then you should probably put it in the bank or put it, you know, somewhere safe that's not under the bed, because I feel like that's just a dead giveaway anymore.
It didn't fall.
This man.